LeBron James all the way in.
And here comes Simmons the other way, 3-on-2. Simmons eludes the defender and lays it in with that. Certainly the length altered that shot. Out of the quick steps.
There's a lot to talk about with the Cavaliers.
There's a lot to talk about.
I feel like it's almost 3 different segments of discussion.
Well, that's fine. We can do 3 segments. Let's first talk about the game.
Okay.
What happened. So, of course, if you guys don't know, yesterday on MLK Day, the Warriors versus the Cavaliers happened. And basically, the first half was a very competitive half. The Cavaliers were up ahead by a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot. And then, once it came to the fourth quarter, the Warriors just... Because in my opinion, I do believe that they have the best roster. And,
the Warriors?
Yeah.
100%.
So that ended up just leveling on to basically the Warriors just winning out the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when it comes time for the clutch, I know you have King in the fourth, Mr. Isaiah Thomas. I think if anybody's watching him play right now, it's hard to say that he's even close to full health.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like even, to me, he doesn't look half what he did last year. Just explosiveness-wise, he's just not capable, I feel like, of the things he was doing last season. Where he's just beating 3 guys in the paint and, putting up a nice little layup, get the and one. He's just not doing it right now. And I'm worried about Isaiah Thomas. And I didn't think I was going to be as worried as I am, which is kind of why, in the past when we discussed the trade with Boston and Cleveland, I said that I feel like it's kind of even. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I think if the hip injury didn't happen, and I don't know why the Cavs would have done this trade. Just thinking realistically about it, you have a guy that's injured coming into your team. I would rather have my guy pass the physical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not the best idea of all time, honestly. Just for the mere fact that his injury was really bad and it was reported to be really bad and it was going to take a long time to heal, even in the playoffs last year, way before the Kyrie Irving trade even, came out as a possibility. People knew Isaiah Thomas's hip was screwed. So for them to take on the trade, I thought that maybe they had some inclination that it wasn't as bad as it really, as people said it was. I don't think that's true anymore, though, because I'm seeing a seriously different version of Isaiah Thomas from the years prior, and that's part of the thing. A player in the vein of Isaiah Thomas who relies so much on his explosiveness because he is so much smaller than everyone else on the court, he needs that. And I mean, he's still definitely an above-average player, even where he's at right now. But he's not enough to, he's no replacement for Kyrie Irving, is what it boils down to.
Yeah, I think, a couple years ago, the Cavaliers were in the same situation in January where they were losing games that they should be winning, and other situations like that where the Cavs were, we weren't worried about them, but it was kind of troubling to see that they were losing the January battle. But, I mean, they stepped it right back up in February. But this, to me, just feels a lot different.
Yeah.
In the fact that players are a lot older now. The bench guys aren't as used as much, I feel like, in my opinion. J.R. Smith isn't the same old J.R. Smith that we know.
No, he's terrible.
You have Isaiah Thomas instead of Kyrie Irving. I still believe that Isaiah Thomas will get healthy. It will just take a lot longer than people expected. And, LeBron James is... He's playing good, and he's playing up to, what he normally does. But, there have been some defensive lapses, and we even saw last week he got really upset with his team.
Yeah.
Yelling at them on the bench.
But in that game, if you were watching it, I don't know if you watched
I
the
watched
game,
it.
But his defense wasn't that great in that game.
No.
LeBron was getting kind of roasted in that game too.
And I think that's the reason why one of the assistant coaches called him out on it.
Yeah.
One of the assistant coaches called him out on it, and also the players are starting to call him out on it because if he's trying to hold these other guys accountable, he has to hold himself accountable too.
Yeah, I certainly agree. And I think to me, one of the biggest things too is just the shadow of LeBron's free agency is looming over this team, and I think it's really distracting people.
Yeah.
Because if we talk about every single week, where's he going to go? What are they going to do to try and keep him there? that's all they're thinking about. So when you have such a big distraction, which is the best player in the world going to leave our team? Is he going to be here next season? Are they going to trade us all to make sure he stays here? Everybody's distracted. Nobody's happy. So it kind of screws the whole team over. And then one of the players who probably has really nothing to worry, Isaiah Thomas, is like, I mean, he's hurt, so he can't pick up the slack for all the other distracted players. It's all bad for the Cavaliers. And I thought that we were going to start seeing, like, I really still think they're going to make the finals.
Yeah.
But I think they're just going to get torched.
They're either going to get gentlemen swept or swept.
I think they're going to get swept.
Yeah, so this is like what it all comes down to. Last point I'll talk about here. The Cavs, we're in a worrying situation now. There should be some panic, and we'll talk about later some trade rumors and all that other stuff. But for now, just in this segment, Warriors v. Cavs, it was a great game in terms of they were able to stay competitive in it. It's just that the Warriors have the better players and the better overall system, and that's what led them to just kind of win out the fourth quarter and end up winning the game.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. I mean, can the Cavs come back? What do you guys think? Do you think the Cavs are in trouble? Do you think that they're a player away? Or what do you think they need to do? Please let us know down in the comment section down below.